Ready? Okay, so last week, I didn't do tarot last week. I did go live. Okay, I am Racquel. If you don't know who I am, I bring forth messages. I talk trash. I do a lot of stuff. I'm not one that you could put in a box. Okay, I'm not Miss Cleo. I'm not none of that shit. I'm just me. So, if you're interested, stay. If not, I understand. Okay, let's see. All right, y'all. So listen, I do this thing or whatever where I just put it up on the screen for those watching me on YouTube or Rumble. I'm looking to do is I call it Truth and Justice Tarot, where like I uncover mysteries or whatever. So like let's say you have people that's doing the John Bonet case or um you've had people that have revisited the OJ Simpson case. May OJ Simpson rest in peace. What's going on, Al? How you doing? What's going on, girly? Different stuff like that. Or I just did one for TT Branch by somebody's request because I put it up in my Patreon, right? So it's going to be a Patreon only type of thing, but it's free. It's just will have to sign up for Patreon to see it. So I did one on TT Branch and I'm taking requests. So if you have any requests, please send them to me. I'm going to look into them, do readings on them. We're going to get into it. So let's see what messages we have. Okay, they already about to I substitute teach y'all. And the app just came up like we got new jobs. Of course it will when I'm live. Ah, so I can't select them right now. Let's see what message we get. Uh-oh. What if I okay, so the five of baskets card came upside down. So that's a good thing because now we're out of this period of mourning, right? We finally have realized it's time to pick ourselves up by the bootstraps. I hate that shit. That's so cliche, right? Stop whining, stop ruminating over shit you can't change. It is what it is. What you gonna do about it now? So that's a good thing. I feel like people are starting to get their plans together, especially we heading into December. This is December 1st. So November is over. We ate our food. We gained our extra 5 to 10 pounds, and now we're about to go broke. Some of us, me, every damn year, it's a last minute thing. You would think at some point. I keep telling my husband every year, like, yeah, I'm gonna get the Christmas shit together throughout the year. It never happens. Never happens. It never happens. And at this point, I want to convert jokingly to Jehovah's Witness because I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. It's all about capitalism anyway. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason I do Christmas is for the children. Because if it wasn't for children, I wouldn't care about the holiday anyway. Okay. So we got the Seven of Wands, right? We got a bunch of options coming, a bunch of creative options coming our way. The path has cleared. We finally got our mind together. We finally stopped worrying about the stuff that didn't work out. Because you have to understand, and I've said this plenty of times, everything that you have done prior to now has been collecting tools for your toolbox that you can pull from later. So there is no experience that is wasted if you apply it, appropriately, right? And sometimes we be so busy worried about or looking things as a loss or in the negative instead of taking things for the positive, right? We got another card, Seven of Knives. If we go with this seven, so here it is. I mean, you ready? You ready for the task? You up to the task? You see, he's like got his boxing hands up. He's ready to fight the world. Ready to knock down any obstacles. Okay, it's been fighting back those thoughts, right? Because knives, thoughts. Sometimes we have things that's just looping in. Have you ever been in a mental loop? It's something that keeps playing in your mind. It's bothering you and you try to shake it, but it comes back. Yeah. Now you're starting to fight back at those thoughts, because I feel like October was one of those months that things got a lot clearer for a lot of us. I know it did for me, right? I felt like my head was less fuzzy because I was going through something too. So seven, it represents reflection and assessment, right? So you have reflected, you have assessed, and you realize you're not going to let this stinking thinking get in your way. It's time to enjoy life. You got the Son of Baskets. It's time to have emotional fulfillment. It's time to pay attention to the things that we do have well, we can be grateful for, because there's a lot of things you can be grateful for. It's a lot of shit you can complain about, but it's also a lot of things, if you really think about it, to be grateful for. So my question is, how often are you getting up in the morning and you're going and reciting the things that you are grateful for? How often do you get up in the morning and give gratitude for good health of your family, for having transportation, for having a roof over your head, for having income? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do understand that life can be is difficult for some people, and thank goodness that your life isn't as difficult as it could be. And when you start to really put that out there in the universe, right? Let those vibrations of gratitude flow from your mouth into the universe. You will begin to see good things return back to you, right? Because a lot of us is tired. You got the 10 of knives. Some of us is just, it can't take anything else. If you can see this card, okay, you see the fog, like the fog is clearing now. You didn't took all that you was gonna get, and here comes the sun. The sun is shining. The sun is now shining on you. Okay. But it is about perspective as well. Perspective is very important. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna check these African cards out. Yeah, I love these cards. These are very pretty. I forgot the specific name of these oracle cards, but they're pretty nonetheless. So let's see what we get. How do I get my winning lottery numbers? I don't know, honey. Listen, that's that stuff like that. So a lot of times when people get their lottery numbers, it be dreams that they have, synchronicities that they're paying attention to. Um, Unfortunately, it's not like a thing where I'm sure there's somebody out there that could pull some lottery numbers, but that's really an interpersonal thing, right? That's an energetic thing. And so yeah, that's how you're gonna get it. Paying attention to synchronicities, if that's even for you in your soul contract. Okay, so this card stands out, right? So you got 14 at the top, which equals 5, right? 5 is like change, right? And this is a tete. I'm going to say it's pronounced Atete, and it's worthiness. So this African goddess, these are the African goddess oracle cards. That's what they are. So this African goddess is coming forward to say that you are worthy, right? It's time to change that mind frame and remember who you are. You are worthy of living well. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of peace. You're worthy of whatever you feel that you are worthy for. So if you have not been feeling that you are worthy, that's part of why you've had your issues, but you're being called now to understand that you are worthy, okay? And then this card caught my attention. Boy, yeah, storms, right? So sometimes you got the coins coming around us. Sometimes we take our storms can be alchemized, and we can use them to help other people or use them to provide things that someone else might need, right? You might have went through something, and you thought about it, and you were like, man, this tool, if I had this tool, this would be better. I can't find it. It might be that you're being called to create that because it isn't there, right? So with your experience and your will to wanting a resolution, you can now develop this for somebody else. Okay. You got the Marie Laveau card, the good juju, right? So all the energies are behind you. This is a positive time. It's all about really just application and attention. You have to be intentional about what you're doing. You have to be intentional about what you're doing. You have to be intentional about what you're saying. And when you have negative thoughts, we are like a radio frequency. So we pick up on different thoughts and stuff like that. But you've got to shoo those things away. Excuse me for coughing. You've got to ignore that stuff and not take ownership of those kind of thoughts, right? Because you don't need that energy. And it's not also the thoughts though, it's how you're feeling. Because our emotion really propels our manifestations too. So when you're saying things and you're speaking things into existence and you feel that thing and you can see that thing, you can like you put it in your mind's eye to make it real. That's what really kind of like brings it from the ether and makes it and pulls it into reality. So like I mean, you're going to have random thoughts to that point that I was just making. You're going to have random thoughts because you are an energetic being. So you will be picking up on various frequencies. And some people we're not aware. A lot of people are not aware, you'll be picking up on other people's thoughts. These thoughts are not yours. So when you realize that and it doesn't quite align with who you are at the core, you kind of got to dismiss those thoughts and focus elsewhere because you just don't want to propel that energy into your energetic universe, your environment. Okay. Hello, notice by Free, Anthony, Catherine. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? You guys join me on, let me see. Let me put this live chat up. Okay. Join me on YouTube or Rumble. Yes, satisfy your soul for sure. Satisfy your soul. What makes you happy? Because that's a big deal. That makes the big difference right there. You know, people be trying to do shit they don't really want to do and it don't come off right. Cuz you ain't want to do it. You can't put real so a lot of us are being called to leave certain things and start stuff new. Of course. Okay, we got the Peaks of Joy card, right? Peaks of Joy. What makes you happy? 33-6. It's the new normal. Maybe or community. Maybe it's time for you to find a community that is interested in what you're interested in. Fellowship is powerful, right? Let's see. Uh-oh. Got the Golden Palace. Maybe it's time to go on a vacation. Maybe it's time to be looking over some horizon somewhere, watching the sun, sunset or sunrise. Okay, sun gazing. Sun gazing is a thing. But we won't be doing much sun gazing here in Michigan at this time of year. But when it is time, that is a thing, and that's good to intake the vibrations of the sun. And the sun is very healing. It's a very healing conduit. Okay, let's see what else. Another card. My son taking them dogs out. Y'all, please send me suggestions. Okay. Right now, you are being guided internally and from the spirit realm. That is your compass on what to do. Okay. So it's make sure that you are tapping in because when you do, that's when the change 50 at the top, 5 change. That's when the change comes when you're doing something different. It's time to be redirected. Okay. That's what that's about. All right. Now let's see. Um, all right, TikTok and fan base. If you're interested in continuing, check me out on YouTube and check me out on Rumble if you're interested in continuing what I'm doing. All right, love you guys. Let's see. Hey Jay. Hey y'all. My son just came down here. Hey Jay. I am live. Surprise, surprise. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? Somebody watching. Let's see what spirit animal. Let's see what it has to say. What's gonna come out? What do y'all need? Oh, wow. The elephant spirit. To strengthen wisdom. By utilizing your exceptional memory, you can steadily solve your life and social structure. So this is kind of on to par of what was being said, right? Our experiences, which create our wisdom, we tap into that. We can solve problems, create new businesses, create new resources. Hey, tap into that shit. And it's funny because y'all always got some shit to say any fucking way. You always got some advice to give somebody. You always know how to solve everybody else's problems. So it's time to solve your own. Okay. And while along the way, you can offer these solutions to other people because they are looking for them. And you're the one to do it. Okay. You've had that you've had that urge to teach people for a while because you're always teaching and talking. So you're being called to the front of the congregation to make it do what it do. All right. I'm a I'm gonna pull from one more deck, and then we gonna get up out of here. Let me remind y'all too. Let me remind y'all. All right. Now let's see what this is talking about. We gonna get into them investigations, y'all. So a lot of the good stuff will be on Patreon. I also have a podcast coming up. Um, it will be entitled "I Am Racquel," and it's going to be a Patreon only podcast. It's going to be for paid tier. So, all right. Okay. So, I got these three cards, okay? So, it's this is a lot to do with a transitional period, okay? So right now the heart chakra is waking up in you, okay? You're waking up. You can feel it in your center. You're starting to feel things, see things. You're starting to get some inkling of something else that you want to do. It is very stimulating to you. You will enjoy it, okay? And it is your destiny, okay? 10, an ending and new beginning. Okay, so we were walking away from the things that we once done, and we're walking into some new things. Okay, because it's going to bring you a firm foundation. Okay, it's going to be a firm foundation, it's going to be security for you. And it's funny because not only is this a base chakra card, but it's followed up by the base chakra. So this new beginning, because one is at the top, is really going to form some security for you, okay? So the thing is, when you follow your heart, you're going to succeed because it's there for a reason. These things are pressed upon you for a reason, okay? So follow it because that's where your security comes from. And that's where you're going to be most comfortable. That's where you're going to be most authentic. And that's when people are going to show up and support you in that because people love authenticity. Okay. And that's why I say my podcast, even though I'm authentic anyway, but it's different levels for different stuff. Okay. And I do a little something on the YouTube, but I really get frank in my Patreon. Okay. So you definitely want to join Patreon. There is content that's for free, but like my new podcast that I'm working on, it's going to be a paid venture. Um, and it won't be a lot. Okay, you can access it for $5 a month, but I'm going to do that. And the Truth and Justice Tarot again is going to be free. You just have to be on my Patreon. You have to be a member. Okay, so it's not public. It's just the people that have joined Patreon that can see it. So you definitely want to tap into that. I'm really excited about that. Like I said, I did TT Branch. I had a good time with that. And I even did, which is not like an unsolved mystery, but I did do a reading on Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I did that too. I don't have that under the Truth and Justice, or maybe I did put it under that category, but I did that, but that's on YouTube here. You can see that. Cause just like, I was watching like this shit before I even got there. I was like, this was probably gonna be rigged. It's gonna be a setup. I just seen something the other day, by the way. Um, some gentleman is offering is trying to offer Mike Tyson 800 million to fight Jake Paul for real this time. So I don't know what that's all about and how legit that is, or if that will even be a thing. But I certainly saw it. And so we'll see, because we know that we know us Mike Tyson fan. I don't give a damn if the man is what, 58. I don't care what it is, baby. He wasn't fighting in that ring. That was very clear. Okay, he was biting his glove, trying to bide his time and trying not to let the attack dog out. Okay, so um yeah, I mean, it was entertainment. I say that Jake Paul was doing good business. I gotta give props to where it's due. People are finding ways to make money and make a profit, and he was able to do that. So I can't hate on it. Okay, excuse me. I've got some interviews coming up. We'll be recording new interviews for Candid Stories of My Soul, so you're gonna want to check that out. Those are gonna start actually this month. I think my first one might be next week. So yeah, um, next week. I don't think it's this Tuesday. I think I start next week, but we'll see. But yeah, so we have some new interviews with that. So I'm excited. A lot of good things coming about, and there's nothing to complain about. I want everyone to be encouraged. And again, check me out. Stay checking out my website, RacqiRoadTV.com, as you can see up here, because it's going to keep you up to date with all the stuff that I have going on. For real, you can always check the links under the information under the video. That'll tell you a lot. Okay, I just created a new community. I have two different communities on Discord. One of them is for the Evidential Mediumship and Psychic Ability class, the practice that we do on Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That is free. If you're interested in that, that is free. And you can get that information through Patreon. Because you can sign up for free to Patreon for free. But I have a group for that. But I also have a group, another one. It's called the Royal Star Seeds community. The people that just want to chat, share videos and stuff like that. But keep it respectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not censoring nobody in that. Like, I'm not worried about cussing or anything like that. I'm just saying, don't be attacking people and being disrespectful. Boot your punk ass up out of there. But that's all, y'all. Love y'all and check you later.